So, today is the day. Today is the day. So today I am joined by Unozi. I cannot pronounce her full name. I might butcher it, but she will. She will pronounce it for herself. So yeah, today Sesi Nosi, and we have I don't know, some very interesting topics. And yeah, please introduce yourself.
I was saying it in my head and it was coming out. My mouth didn't want to move. Okay. My name is Unoscelo. I think that's enough to know. I don't know
Okay.
Do you say your full name, like ID?
It's up to you.
Yeah, just Noscelo. Yeah.
The cool kid from the block. Yeah. So our topic for today is the skeletons in the closet, right? And I came up with this as a broad, is it a metaphor? Is it metaphor or what? To compare something but it's not like.
It kind of is a metaphor. It's a metaphor for secrets.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was thinking that a lot of people have skeletons in their closets, like a lot, and
Only Jesus doesn't have skeletons in his closet.
True.
Allegedly.
So, and now, I began to think, and I was like, what if I was also keeping some skeletons, And it got me thinking that I need to do spring cleaning. Spring cleaning is a one-off thing, Your parents make you do it once in a year.
Ooh, once in a year.
Where you
You
move.
live so nice. Whenever they're bored. Tasa bese Karachi.
So that's what I was thinking about, that we need to spring cleaning. I think you do it more often than I do,
Yeah, actually.
Oh,
Figuratively and literally.
but I think we're doing it the same way, low key.
Maybe.
Maybe.
We wouldn't know right now.
Yeah, right now we wouldn't know, but yeah, as we continue with the questions, we will see how deep things get.
We'll have a lot of Me Too's.
Exactly. That sounds like me.
I wasn't alone.
So, the first question is why is it important to do spring cleaning when you have when you have skeletons in your closet?
It's a okay. It is very important to do spring cleaning when you have skeletons in your closet, because it piles up. Mm-hmm. That's the thing. People would rather, just keep putting it back, pushing it back. But at some point, the closet doors won't be able to close. Mm-hmm. And you'll just have things falling out involuntarily. That's when you act out. That's when you are a different person to other people, mm-hmm. and people can't really figure you out. But what's wrong? Bulo is different. And that's when a piece of those secrets, a piece of that skeleton, mm-hmm. is peeking out. That's when we act out. We have episodes, we have mm-hmm. depressive states and stuff like that. That's when what we keep shutting out, we can't hold it back any longer. And it is important to have an outlet of some sort. Write, sing, talk to someone, dance if you want to dance. Make business, anything, cook, anything to make you feel, because you feel refreshed.
True.
You feel so refreshed. You feel like it's not an easy fix, but it's a step. It's a very important start. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So if you were to scale it on a scale of 1 to 10, spring cleaning.
Yeah.
Where would you place it?
In terms of importance?
Yeah.
10, Baba. You'll be a mess. you're gonna be a mess. So reckless if you don't sort yourself out.
Okay.
My little sort. Woo, telling you, it's so important.
Okay. And on that, the same note about cleaning the skeletons, how important is it to be in tune with your own emotions?
There's pros and cons to that. If you are in tune with your emotions, sometimes you are unable to handle them because they become very overwhelming and it triggers you into other things. But when you are detached from emotions akho, then you are numb, unfeeling, and then you're very unhappy. You become unhappy, and that just triggers you into something else again. So I think as people, it's important for us all to find the perfect balance. You need to know yourself emotionally, be emotionally mature, not for other people, but for yourself,
Okay.
and know when to kind of stop the tap when it starts running. Because when you start thinking too many things and you start acknowledging all these other feelings, some feelings are invalid to you. And I think we don't really ever consider that sometimes I'm sad, but I'm sad because I want to eat a donut. That's it. Now when we blow up that kind of emotion, then it becomes something else, you know. So I think we need to find a perfect balance.
And how do you find the balance?
Yo, baba.
No, like I need to know because it's easy to say we need to find balance. I mean, it's like telling umntwana uthi hamba drive bicycle and then nakafika ngaphandle yawo mama ngwini and you're like yeah go find balance go find balance. But you need to how do you find that balance? Because when a child is learning how to ride a bicycle, they start with the training wheels and then they start once they have confidence, we take away the training wheels, you run with them until eventually you let go.
Yeah.
So how do you find that balance
Exactly
with your
that
emotions?
same way.
How? Who's gonna be there with you with the training wheels and
Have a healthy crutch. Like I have a crutch. I have my best friend and I have how many wheels is in a it's a tricycle, right?
Yeah, tricycle is 3.
This is 3.
Yeah.
Why?
One.
It's because I was
2.
thinking, no, training wheels. It's not a tricycle. It's a normal bike with training wheels. So I have the person that is my crutch, which is my best friend of many years. And then I have the training wheels, someone where I can just outlet small things to touch base, to become present in my life again. So then I can have balance, because for me it's very hard to have balance between my emotions, suffering from what I suffer from. The whole thing is just chemical imbalance of emotions and the mind. So every day I have to try to be doing that. And when I tip over, I either, if it's too big, I need that main crutch. But if it's too small, I'll have someone that's just going to slowly make me touch base again and be present within my moments and my life, you know? So I think as people, we need exactly that same process, because I had to still lose myself a lot of times, but that you have to kind of view it as a learning curve to know that I need to be more knowledgeable when it comes to these things and not hang around these people, because these people make me feel like this and this makes me feel like that, you know. It's a journey. It's a journey you never really quite figure out, unfortunately, but it's good to have control a little bit.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Another question. I'm building on what you are saying. So that's why these questions upon questions upon questions. So
What do you say?
no, I'll say what I
Okay.
say. Don't worry. Now I'm trying to understand how you deal with it, and then I'll explain how I deal with it. So now, if you don't have those training wheels in life and that crutch, how do you deal with it?
I don't.
How do you deal with it?
It's hard. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
It's so hard, cause finding crutches is not easy. Also,
Exactly.
it's very difficult. People don't always have your best interest at heart.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes people will think that you're leeching off their energy, that you are being,
You're trying to bring them down.
yeah, you're bringing them down, you're being a nuisance and all that stuff. And it ends up feeling one-sided when they are also not reciprocating, because as people, crutches need to have a crutch as well. So I'm one for her, she is one for me, you know? And that's how it becomes healthy, where there's a trust process and it never feels as if the other one is being used. So if you don't have a crutch, it's very hard. And that freaks me out
Why?
because I don't know. I lose control when I don't have one. I lose complete control, and it would be nice to also know how one can survive without some crutches.
That's interesting. Because like, excuse me, you have people to like depend on, basically, in a way, not like all at once, but in a way you can depend on someone. Whereas me, it's like lone survivor, type of thing. Might go back and the squad is dying. The last person left. It's you kind of learn, like you said, it's a learning curve. Everything you go through becomes like a scar, but at the end of the day, it's going to disappear. But then you learn that, okay, I can actually get through this if I just take it one day at a time. Because the problem is that people are trying to deal with everything one day. Like thinking as in one day. But if you break your problems down into smaller segments, you are able to like break it down properly and eat like nice sizes. Like you don't bite
Portions.
off. Yeah.
Portion and ration it out.
You ration it out. Then in that way, you are able to deal with what comes. You understand? Even when you go through an episode, it won't be as big as like when you would ignore the skeletons.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
You take it small, until eventually the same thing that broke you, now you laugh about it and you're like, wait, that thing broke me? How? You understand? So, for me, that's how I deal with it. I write, I listen to music.
Music is
I cycle.
painkillers.
Yeah.
Cycle.
Yeah, I cycle.
So you have very strong calves.
Yeah. And like sometimes if it gets too much, I leave the house because also the environment plays a part.
100%.
If you stay too long in one place, you know that voice we were talking about earlier on?
Yeah.
It comes back, it's like, dog, you ain't shit.
That voice needs to come out because we need to fight. We need to fight.
When you're out here walking in the hallway fighting alone and then people are looking at you, you are red, your veins are popping, but they don't understand that you're having
a full-on war.
An internal war with yourself on some fighting this voice. You understand? So you just break it down, small portions at a time, take it as it comes. If somebody's like, hey, yo, man, you can talk to me, give them small portions.
Yeah, small portions because
don't give everything.
I can't. I panic when
Why?
I give. Even with therapists, maybe it's not good that I do this, but like, I won't tell you the full story. I won't let you in. Like, it's like I will make you peek through the window to see the scope of my shitty house, but I will not let you in because it's a very difficult thing for me to do. So even with the crutches I have, it has to be portioned, because even you yourself, you'll be dizzy when you start now taking everyone's things in, because it gets too much to handle. You end up not knowing what to say.
Yeah.
So we need to also be mindful of the people we try to talk to. Is that like when they don't have anything to say, it needs to be okay.
True. Yeah, that one that you just said is the one. because people always feel the need to have something to say. But sometimes it's just okay to send a VN and be like, yes and no, I don't know what to say, but damn, you're going through the most. But I'm here. If
Yeah.
you need me, I'm here.
Yeah.
I just don't know what to say.
You know, let's do something. If you want to do something, let's do something. Do you want a video call? Let's talk about this. You know, kind of. If you don't know what to say, let's distract each other.
I'll listen to you.
Yeah. Then talk. Let's make jokes. Let me try to make you feel better. But I don't want to give. I hate generic responses.
Eish,
Like,
you'll get through this.
you know,
Automated response. There's nothing difficult. You can do this, girl.
just take it one step at a time.
Don't forget to breathe.
And all I can say is thank you. And that's it for us, you know. I don't think you are well equipped to be in this journey with me, and it's okay. I think when we start fighting the person that, if they are not able to, they are not able to.
They're not able to.
They are entitled to not being able to.
You can't.
I think that's how I've gone through life. Like with some people that, well, when people will be like, open up, let me in. And then you give them a portion. And then they show you that they can't handle it.
Volcano explodes in
Exactly. Then I am not mad at you for it, but I cannot open up to you ever again.
True.
Because it is pointless. I don't think you are well equipped.
There'll be a
Exactly.
connection
It's
when we're talking.
now you're just knowing my secrets for what? For what?
True. That's very interesting. And would you say that it is much more easier to leave the skeletons in the closet, or would you rather get them out?
Let me tell you. I went to go buy another closet.
So, how many closets did you have?
I had one.
Yeah.
There's another one.
So there's
There
two
needs
now.
to be a third one. Because
Why?
sometimes even cleaning it, you leave the door open and another one walks back in. Do you understand? Like,
Yeah, I understand.
you need to, I think there is something within me, and it is not for everyone. It's not a general thing. It's just being someone that suffers from a mental disorder. That mental disorder is a whole big skeleton itself. So the more I clean, the more I end up triggering myself. That's the problem. I'll go to therapy, and then I'll feel like, yo, wow, I just got exfoliated, but it's irritating my skin. He took parts of my skin out. Succele flesh. I'm bare. I am wounded. Do you
I
understand?
understand.
And the healing process is painful, but
Is it worth it at the end of the day?
you know what? Jury's still out, to be honest, because I feel like, does it get better? Does it get better to know what has influenced why I'm like this? Or can I rather just find a way to move forward and make the most of why I'm like this? You know, sometimes the why is more destructive than how I can move on from this. Because the why, memories, you end up living through it. And unfortunately, me, I literally will feel as if I'm physically living through that traumatic event again. And then it will take me down. And then now I have to put it back in the closet because I can't handle it out. Do you understand? And then it just piles up and piles up, because sometimes it feels as if the more I try to heal, the more I end up wounding myself more. And that's something I'm trying to work on. I'm trying to find how to properly just bester this big skeleton that is ruining my healing.
take it like in small portions? Or are you out here trying to have the whole burger in one bite?
Sometimes it's a bite, sometimes it's a portion. And I think I can't take normal people portions. I have to take small baby bites.
Do that then.
Yeah.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah.
Don't be hard on yourself and be like, I want to get over this. Just take it piece by piece by piece by piece. And then at the end of the day, when you look back, you would have finished the whole journey just by making small portions, small portions, small portions. It's like installments. When you're buying things, you know, every month they want that money. And if you don't produce that money, they don't offer you that service.
Little by little.
You understand? And then when you start paying, you need to start that month that you missed to pay.
Ish. And then
so yeah, you know, you always be behind if you are not like moving forward and taking it small portions, small portions, small portions.
But what happens when it is not you that is force feeding you these portions?
Who's feeding you that?
External factors.
Remove the external factors.
Yo, baba.
How? Why? Remove those external factors.
But how do we... It's very complicated to maneuver through life without having external factors trigger you.
True.
Because it's just things that we are so not in control of that we will remove this one. Mm-hmm. But there's that one coming, and it's coming, and then I'm fine, I'm healed, and then again.
I hear your point, but if you look at it this way, if we always looking to blame someone, and if we are looking to say that person is the main reason why I'm doing this, then you yourself are not healing.
Yeah, definitely.
You are not healing. So if you remove that external factor and you feel better, then it is a step forward. Then you know the traits and the characters that you should avoid. You can still avoid people. It's not a must to have 6,000 contacts on your phone.
I'd die.
You don't need to. You can just have 50 contacts, like 50 solid contacts that you know you can call anytime and they will answer. They won't tell you, my knee hurts, man. I can't come through. You understand? Coming up with silly excuses. But you just like, I don't know, but you eliminate that external factor and then you start working on living without that external factor. Then you move forward. It won't be easy, I won't lie.
None of this is easy.
Small portions. We'll get there eventually. We'll get there. You don't look at how big the mountain is, but you take the steps towards getting to the mountain. Then when you look down, you'll see.
You've already reached.
You understand? Yeah. So, would you say there are any benefits to cleaning? Like, after you've gotten the skeletons out, is there any benefits to that?
You feel free. There's a sense of freedom that you feel. Like, even if it's tiny, it's very important still. Like, whenever I deal with something hands-on, I feel like at the time it's happening, you go, why am I doing this? But I don't really want to do this, but you know? But once it's done, you feel like you can, like, just breathe. You feel like there's some space now, you know? You can take another step now. You don't feel claustrophobic and feel as if, wow, these things are hindering me from trying to be my best self. You know, sometimes you just need to tackle, and sometimes things you don't need to tackle them outwardly to other people to see and all that stuff. That's none of their business. Just
keep it to yourself.
Yeah. And then
make those
exactly. And then they'll be like, oh wow, it's a beautiful glow and beautiful, energy that you're radiating. Thank you.
Then you know you
exactly. You know that, silent actions make the most noise. So we don't need to be Let me tell you, I make more progress alone than when I go see that man.
Okay.
You know, sometimes I because it's like there's a with professional help is important, but there's a disconnect. You don't. It's empathy.
You get an automated response.
Not even automated. Sometimes you don't know what it's like right now. You know, only you know what it's like. Sometimes we can be going through the same thing, but there's a difference in how we're going through it.
Yeah.
You know,
True.
I can try to give you my best, but only you
Can make
exactly.
Yeah.
So, to be honest, most of the time they just trigger me and they ask me questions I don't want to answer. But it's part of spring cleaning.
Yeah.
It's part of.
part of it.
There's that one that you keep ignoring. Let me
You
bring
need to
it
address
out.
it.
You need to
address
bring
it.
exactly. That's the beneficial part. Is the questions you can't ask yourself. You need someone else to ask you. You need someone else to show
But
you
is it
this thing.
Always do you need
No.
someone always?
Sometimes. No. Wow. Now you're just being intrusive.
Do you ask yourself those difficult questions?
Yes, I do, and then I don't want to deal with it. Then I don't want to deal with it at all.
Why?
They're these toughies. They tough.
It's those tough little ones.
It's those tough ones. Those ones where you're just like... Then you go to bed. It's those 3 a.m. ones.
You're just like, you know what? I'm gonna see you.
Right? Like, let's... Those ones are the ones that are the littlest portions you need to... They're going to keep coming back.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing.
True.
So just kancane, because it's okay to not have your shit together. It's okay to feel as if everything is going wrong, because nothing in this world ever really goes right for a long time. Everyone is going through pain. Everyone is going through hardships. And what I also don't like about the people will kind of minimize your pain.
True.
And it's not okay. I think it's something we had to grow up feeling from our parents, where you're going through it and they're like, there are kids without, there are kids without this and this and this. When are you fortunate?
Yeah.
That's not fine, because that taught us to then have the skeletons, just bottle it up, because I'm not allowed to feel sad. I'm not allowed to feel as if, wow, my life sucks, because it can suck for the moment, but what you do about it is what matters, you know? So I think we just need to understand that we're not alone. You know, you feel alone, but I promise you, you're not alone. Sometimes there's a person, while they're sitting in the toilet, then they just cry.
Yep.
You know, sometimes while you're even eating, you just cry. You're alone in this big, beautiful house, just cry. So I think people go through different types of pain, and we will never really be able to compare, because your pain is not the same as my pain.
True. But I think if we as a human race, if we get to this thing of understanding that you have pain, I have pain, you understand? But I must be willing to understand your pain to make sure that I understand what you are going through. It's not okay, Nosi's having a bad day, and then she comes, she tells me, oh no, it worked, this, and I'm just sitting there watching TV like, yeah, you say the same thing every day, because that's where it all starts. You come willingly to speak, and then once you stop, people are like, you stopped.
Yeah.
Jani.
Never minimize someone's pain.
Understand.
Never.
I feel like we should give everyone attention, no matter how little.
No matter how little it is. Don't minimize it, but don't also perpetuate it.
True.
Don't, because sometimes you need to make the person acknowledge that it shouldn't be this deep to you.
Yes.
I acknowledge that it's hurting you. It shouldn't hurt you. Try to, let me help you. Let us, or help you help yourself be
The
able
breathing
to
stretch.
do exactly.
You need to breathe.
You know? Let me help you help yourself, because you have other bigger battles to fight
Than this.
than this.
Yeah, true.
You know, make you be like, okay, I shouldn't be stressing about this because I can solve it.
You can.
You know? And it's unfortunate. Like, you can stab yourself right now with a pen or something, a needle. That pain, the minute it hits you, your mind projects it. It is, wow, you stub your foot on the corner of a table, you feel like, wow, I lost the toe. You think that you lost the toe, right? But then once the pain settles, so sharp, you start realizing, wow, my toe is okay, it's still there.
My brain was just
Yeah,
overreacting.
exactly. And that's how we kind of receive emotional pain and all those things, traumas as well. Sometimes they are big.
But we make them bigger.
Sometimes they're big though.
But sometimes we do
but
make them
sometimes,
bigger.
sometimes, most times we make the small ones bigger. But no one should make them small.
Yeah.
Ever.
Everything is important.
Yeah.
Like, everything is important.
Everything.
No
Everyone's
one-
mental health is very important.
Exactly. You see, people always like, yeah, you must go exercise, go to the gym and whatnot. I'm like, okay, I see you exercising on the outside, but what's happening on the inside? Are you also exercising on the inside?
They must just keep that over there. Because people should not force their own things onto you. I shouldn't.
True.
If exercising is a great outlet for them,
Then
don't force me into it. I need to be willingly,
to
you know,
make that decision,
exactly.
Yeah.
You know, because that's when body shaming and all these things, insecurities come through, because people now are making, don't force your things onto my things, because I'll get there at some point if I want to. I always tell people that have opinions on other people's lives is it hurting your life? Is it hindering your life in any way? Then it is none of your business.
Exactly.
Leave it alone.
Leave it alone.
Because we are not perfect ourselves.
True.
We are not perfect ourselves. We cannot constantly have opinions on how other people are living their lives, because our lives are important. Unfortunately, it's such an involuntary act that we kind of have the opinions.
True.
But have them to yourself.
Keep it to yourself, man.
Have them to yourself, And don't now nail people on crosses for being this way and being that way. If it is not harming you, leave it alone. If it is not harming other people actively, and you see that this person is actively harming other people's lives right now, then leave it alone. It just yeah, people need to just mind their own business. Wow.
Down. They need to come down.
Relax.
And take it as it comes and just enjoy life, because we make life difficult, and I keep telling people that life is not difficult. It's people that make life difficult. You understand? So, yeah. Last question. Would you recommend spring cleaning to your parents or family or relatives or anyone you know? Would you recommend that?
I would love for my parents to spring clean, because they need it. Everyone's parents need it.
But will they do it though?
No, unfortunately, I think I'm not trying to dog black parents. I'm just saying, in my experience, just black parents don't want to acknowledge things. They don't want to deal with it. Anything.
They wanna-
Yeah. And unfortunately, it then comes to, for me, I need to actively spring clean so I can teach my child to spring clean.
True.
So then, because
Starts with you.
it starts with you. So now, because they didn't spring clean, at first I didn't want to spring clean, and then
But
it
you
was
were
just
forced
blowing
to.
over, and then I
You were
was forced
forced
to.
to.
Exactly.
True. Yeah.
But the thing is, when we try to make our parents acknowledge their things, it's an attack.
Being
So,
disrespectful.
exactly. So I think I recommend it, but let's be honest.
It's gonna take a few generations to
it's
actually
gonna start with us.
True.
I think it's gonna
But still,
start with
it's not
us.
all of us
Yeah, it's
that
definitely
do
not
us.
all of us.
So it's gonna
Oh,
take
it's
a
definitely
few,
not all of us. Yeah.
few-
So yeah, but unfortunately, those things. Then what if it doesn't catch the next generation of that other toxic house? You see.
It
So,
continues. It becomes that one long generation.
but let's
curse
just try
of
to make
toxicity.
the circle smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, one pace at a time. But yeah, definitely recommend it. It's a long journey. you think sometimes that when you try to unpack some things with your parents, it's gonna go well. Trust me, it doesn't.
Never.
It really never goes well. So just have them voluntarily do it themselves, but also you pace yourself in.
Suggested, like, like
Yeah,
low-key,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
what if I decided to go swim today? What would you do? And then you'll hear the response, and from there you'll be able to tell. Nah, I'm not gonna open up here.
Yeah, just gauge, see.
Yeah, just gauge and see if
One at a
is it
time.
worth
Yeah.
it? Should I open up or should I just bottle up? So, thank you. Thank you for coming through. It's been amazing. And yeah, I don't know what to say, dude. Like I said, I don't have intros, I don't have outros. I just thank the viewers for watching.
Thank you guys for watching and listening to us.
If it helped you, share. Please share it, because you never know who's going through something, and you're out here sitting on hot information, free information. I mean, and then you just like, they were just talking.
Would you want them to also suggest anything that they'd want to hear from you?
True. I don't mind. In the comment sections down below, let me know if she should come back. If you want us to tackle more, or should I put a segment where I bring in different people to talk about different things and get different opinions,
But I should come back.
So thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.